So, I don't know, man. I don't even know where to start today. Who will be there for you when you really need people? Not many. It's a really scary thing, man. And that's why I guess we all have family, right? Isn't that logical? Like, but I'm talking about your immediate family. I'm talking about your mom, your father, in some cases, if you're close to your siblings, your sister, your brothers, your children, your wife, your husband, most importantly, your wife and me. But the problem is, and this is a problem I don't want anyone to ever face. Okay, I'm telling you, I'm facing something right now that I don't think, look, it just is my opinion that I don't think there's anything harder in life. All right, that's my opinion. Now, you could have your opinion. You could say there's harder things in life. What I am facing right now is the hardest thing I feel that you could ever face, which is I lost my wife and my mom in 2 weeks this year. My mother and my wife passed away. And let me explain to you why it's so hard. Besides the obvious reasons that you would all figure it out, like the heartbreak, the emotional pain, the suffering. There's a lot more. There's actually a lot more than the emotional pain and the emotional suffering. So in my case, because my wife had cancer, God bless her, I was her caretaker for many years. I was her caretaker at home. I took care of her. And it actually became my job, if you could believe this, where I actually made an income and I took care of my wife and I took care of my mom. And there was some benefits to it. I'll explain to you the pros and the cons, okay? Obviously, the big con is that you don't want no one to have cancer, especially now that they passed away. You realize, like, my God, you don't want no one to ever deal with cancer. Sucks. Cancer, go home and get your shine box. Cancer is terrible. Pneumonia is terrible, which is what both my mother dealt with pneumonia, my wife dealt with cancer and pneumonia. But what was the benefits was for many years, I had my wife and my mom home with me. And we were earning a nice living, making money every month, like 7,000 a month, paying all of our bills. And it was a beautiful situation in the sense that my children saw both of their parents, home with them a lot. And that's not really the case for a lot of families. You don't see that. You don't see that very often. So we were really able for many years to be there, for the kids. As they were growing up, Sophia's 11, Michael's 14. And it was, in that sense, a good thing that we were together as a family. And I was together with my wife, she was with me, all the time. And my mom was with me. And that was a good thing. Putting aside the sickness, putting aside the problems with their health, being together, was nice. And a lot of people try to criticize me on that. They're like, "But shouldn't you have gotten a job?" That was my job. Look, I had a job. I was working in sales many years before my wife got cancer. Like 20 years in sales. And when she got cancer, my wife couldn't work anymore, and she needed help. And who's better than to take care of her than me? I'm her husband, right? So I decided to make that my full-time job. If people understand it, great. And if they don't understand it, well, I don't really care, because that's what I did. I took care of my wife and I took care of my mom. And it worked because we had a beautiful home and we had a beautiful family. And the time that we spent together seemed limitless to me. We were with each other 24 hours a day, like 7 days a week. Of course, the kids went to school and life resumed. And I took Jennifer to a lot of doctor's appointments, of course, Sometimes she had to go in the hospital, she had to get treatments. But for the most part, we're together. So now let's talk about the after effects of when my wife and my mom passed away, pretty much within 2 weeks of each other. I am alone in this house. The worst times for me, as I keep saying this a lot, is when the kids are in school and when the kids are sleeping at night is the worst times. It's the worst times, which takes up most of the day, if you want to know the truth. And this is why I get myself really crazy. It takes up most of the day because the kids are in school from think about 7 to 3 in some cases, because today Sophia's got her play that starts, I believe, at 6. So that probably is going to go on for a while. It's going to be like a whole day ordeal now. It's hard without my wife. Just being at the play, you have to understand something. It's a beautiful thing, and you're so proud of your daughter. And, I'm proud of my son, too. And he's playing volleyball. And I'm proud of them that they're doing all this stuff. You have to try to understand. And nobody understands this was something we were supposed to do as a family. This is supposed to be, Jennifer was supposed to be there. Me, Jennifer, Mike, and Sophia. Now, my mom, I would love her to be there. She was having a little tough time with mobility, moving a lot. But Jennifer, with assistance, she was able to go and do things much better than my mom. Jennifer was 46. My mom was 75. Big difference. And Jennifer should be here, and she's not. And my mom is not here, and I'm alone. And it just doesn't seem right. Look, my heart is broken. I can't. It's like I have trouble breathing, anxiety. I have trouble functioning. Now, all of that sounds pretty bad, right? Okay. There's more. There's more problems. So now, in addition to losing my wife and my mom, we lost that income I was telling you about, where I was the caretaker to my wife and the caretaker to my mom. So that was around $7,000 a month income when they passed away. That my household income is gone. So that's why I'm offering a service. One second. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm offering a service. It's called the Thank You Song Service. And what is the Thank You Song Service? As all of you probably know, I'm a piano player. I'm a jazz blues piano player. I play all styles of music, but my primary music is jazz and blues. So what I do is I record a video for you playing one of my jazz blues compositions in honor of your Cash App contribution to help my family. So let's say you make a Cash App. By the way, my Cash App is the $ Richard Lavoie. You know how to spell Richard, right? Richard. And my last name is L as in Larry, E as in Edward, V as in Victor, O as in Oreo, I as in Idaho. So it's the $ Richard Lavoie. When someone comes in the live stream, I'll be able to pin the comment. But I play one of my thank you songs for you. So let's say you make a small Cash App. I'm gonna record a video. I'm gonna upload it on YouTube and play something like this. Like I said, Commander 35, it's just a friend, okay? That was never nothing more than friendship. But it does turn out that, look, she's got a lot of medical problems, that girl. Let's just leave it at that. It's affecting, it's affecting her cognitive abilities. I'm not trying to be mean. Let's just say that the poor girl has to get major surgery, and she's not herself. Let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at, because I'm not here to talk negative about anybody, okay? I don't want to do that. I don't want to talk negative. But she has a problem where, let's just say that it's something that could affect her mobility. Let's pray for her. Pray for the poor girl. She just gets jumpy. Okay, you want me to explain it to you? It's like 1 minute she'll be very nice to us. It's like I don't really need this right now because I'm dealing with a lot of heartbreak. I have to be No, I have to be around people that are positive for me right now. I can't be around people, unfortunately, that are negative. And this is like the point of this actual live stream is who will be there for you. The problem, look, in a way, I feel bad for her, but it is heartbreaking. But I feel bad. It's heartbreaking in the sense that I really need support right now. Like I desperately, desperately need support, man. People don't realize this. Like I've lost too much. My children lost too much. This is too much loss. Hey, what's up, man? It's yeah, due to her health, she has a problem where there's like a tumor, I believe, on her spinal cord that she has to get an operation. Okay, and what's going on is that not only could it affect her mobility, which obviously she's panicking about, rightfully so, but it could also affect her cognitive abilities. And let's just say that it could cause outbursts, which it actually has, and I don't want to get into it, but that's basically it in a nutshell, man. I've been noticing that when people say that they're on the throne, they're haters. So I'm sorry, man, but I gotta get rid of you. I've been noticing this like lately. I just been noticing that every live stream I do, it's almost like I'm on the throne watching you. That this turns into this is a hater. So yeah, it's it's unfortunate that look, this is what I'm facing now, Commander 35. I'm actually talking to you, if you could believe it, right? If this is even the real Commander 35, I don't even know if this is a bot or if it's really you. So you have two situations here, right? You have situation A and you have situation B. Situation A, all right, I believe you, it's you. Situation A is a family is healthy. Like let's say you call your buddy up and you feel he's healthy. He doesn't have any type of illness and he's living his life as normal, working his job, taking care of his kids, and now you need him for support, right? So you call him up like I got a buddy Joe. But now in his case, this guy's busy like a mother effer. He's working night shifts, day shifts. He never has any time to talk to me. And he's like telling me, I get home, it's too late. I wake up in the morning, I'm too exhausted. I got to go right to work. So long story short, between that he's got to take care of his kids and his family, he don't really have too much time. Now, how do I feel about that? I don't really buy it, if you want me to tell you the truth. I feel like anybody could dedicate a few minutes to you. I feel like no matter how busy you are in your life, if you truly care about somebody, see, this is the key now. I'm getting to the key of the conversation. If you truly care about someone, you'll find a way to find time. You will find a way to dedicate something to that person. Now, if you don't really care about that person, well, that's a different story, right? that's a different story. And unfortunately, that's really what the majority of these cases are. The majority of these cases are most people just don't care about me. I'm telling you the truth. I'm not a priority to them. It's true. And but the thing that I find very weird about this topic, all right, is that like so this one particular buddy of mine, I know he's busy and I love him, but he's really, really this is a guy who's really close to me. I love this guy. And I'm confused by it if you really want me to tell you the truth, because he's really, really close to me. Like this is someone like he actually was the reason I met my wife in the first place. Like he's responsible when I was younger. No, I'll just tell you this: we went to Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, me and my buddy. You know, and Jennifer at the time was coming out of the Salty Dog with Rosanna, her friend. This is my buddy Joe, and it's really because of him that I have a family. I mean, I owe it all to him. I owe it all to him. And because he picked up Jennifer's friend Rosanna, I winded up talking with Jennifer, and sparks flew. Next thing you know, me and Jennifer hooked up, became a couple, eventually got married, had kids, and I credit it all to him. He's the godfather, too. He's the godfather to my kids. So he's very close to me. So I know he cares, but I don't know. I guess, look, he's busy. What can sometimes people are busy. So I don't know, man. I see a lot of people here that seem to misconstrue or misunderstand what this live stream is about. This is not about jokes. This is not about kidding around. This is a serious live stream, and we're talking about who will be there for you when you're going through the hardest times in your life. That's the point of this live stream. It's not about anything. It's not about pizza. I saw some guys ask me about pizza, about pasta. They're trying to redirect the conversation. A lot of times people do that here. They come to these live streams and they try to redirect the conversation. We're not talking about pizza. We're not talking about pasta. We're talking about who will be there for you when you truly need someone. And that's who you know who your true friends are. Commander 35, you might be very right in what you're saying. Okay. I don't look, I'm just like the topic of the conversation is to try to analyze a lot of people. That's all. We're just trying to analyze people. We're trying to figure out people's thinking process because I don't get it myself. I really, because like I've had extremes. Like I've had certain people talk to me every day. You want to hear an extreme? Hold on here. Listen, I love having YouTube at my disposal. A lot of people tell me get off YouTube, and I say get off YouTube. Why would I get off YouTube when I have an opportunity here to talk to my buddies, like you just said, and to play my music, share my feelings, share my stories. Why would I ever get off YouTube, right? So anyway, uh, long story short is I try to analyze people. Okay, let's talk about we're talking about analyzing people now. Once again, what is the subject of this live stream? Who will be there for you in your greatest time of need? Who will be there for you? The obvious question is going to have the obvious answer. So the obvious question is, who will be there for you? What's the obvious answer, right? Your immediate family. Typically, I would say majority of the time, right? Like, okay, there are people who don't get along with their parents, unfortunately. That's sad. There are people who don't get along with their parents. There are people, husbands or wife don't get along. Sometimes they don't get along either. Sometimes fathers and daughters don't get along. But the majority, I would say the majority of the time, the people who are going to be there for you the most are your immediate family. So what does immediate family mean? Your parents, your kids, your wife, right? Your husband, if you're a girl, of course. I'm just saying. So what happens now? Here's the next question. What happens when you have no immediate family? Okay. What happens when you have no immediate family? What's up, beautiful Jessica? Sorry to get back to you. Have not been myself lately. Really been going through a lot, but I'm definitely going to get back to you. I'm so sorry, Jessica. Um, what happens when you don't have immediate family? Commander 35 says, to be fair, Richie, my parents are awful human beings. I come from a dysfunctional family. I find friends to be more trustworthy than family, even people on YouTube. I've had friends for years online. Listen, like I said, unfortunately, there are cases like yours, which it's sad. It's sad that you don't get along with your family, your parents. It's sad. In all honesty, in fairness, I had a very bad childhood. Okay, Commander 35, but not so much for my mom. It was for my father. There was a lot of fighting in the household, a lot of fighting in my household growing up as a kid. So I can relate to what you're saying. Hold on, right? See, once again, this guy comes here. What country am I from? I can't talk to people like this. We have to immediately get rid of them. Um, what's up, Holly Choppa? You know how I'm doing, right? I love you too, brother. I know you haven't gotten a lot of sleep. I understand, brother. I haven't gotten any sleep for about 3 months. I think I get little sleep here and there, not much. I can't really. I hate my life, man. My life sucks. But we'll talk about that in a second. I just, it's a terrible life right now, with the exception of having two beautiful kids. But it's a terrible life in the sense of not having my wife and my mom. So that's what I was going to get to. What happens when you don't have an immediate family? So in my case, my wife and my mom passed away, right? I no longer have a wife. I no longer have a mom. My father passed away in 2020. So I feel like almost like an orphan now. I don't have a father. I don't have a mother. Now, typically, what's the typical situation? Okay. It's kind of typical to lose your parents at some point. I hate to say that. Look, I love my parents. But it is kind of like life's normal transition to lose your parents. At some point they get older and they pass away, and that's kind of normal. That's life's transition. But it is not normal to lose your wife at 46 years old. That is not a part of life's normal transition. There's so much ringing in my ears. It's crazy. Um, it is not a part of life's normal transition to lose your wife at 46 years old. Commander 35. Seriously, though, man, it's sad, but the people that have been there for me are in many cases people I never met in real life. Isn't that crazy? You can't depend on immediate family in many cases. You're right. Because I'm going through that right now. Commander 35. Commander 35, we might have a lot in common. Ironically, with all the hate, Thank you, Jason Joseph. With all the hate we might have, that over the years that me and you broke each other's chops, we might have a lot in common. I know you feel me, Harley. God bless your brother. God bless. Oh my God. You went through a lot in your life with your accident, huh? You said you you lost your legs, you said? I'm so sorry. You have loss of your legs? Oh my God. I'm so sorry to hear that, Harley Chopper. I didn't know that. God bless you, brother. I'm so sorry for your loss of your brother and what you had to contend with. That is such a hard thing in life to deal with. God bless you, brother. Seriously, man. I'm so sorry that you had to deal with that. Everybody's got problems in this world. That's why I wrote that song. I wrote that song. I'm going to be doing it in a second. But if someone could put up my Cash App for me really quick, if someone could type this, it's the $ Richard Lavoy, $RichardLevoi. This is my Cash App. Anyone who'd be cool enough to do a small Cash App, I would record a video for you and I upload it on YouTube. It's called a thank you song video. I play the piano. I write an original jazz blues song for you. It's all to celebrate your good deed, brother, and to celebrate the life of my beautiful wife, Jennifer, and my mother, Josephine. So you're doing a good deed, and you're getting a nice video in return. So that is my Cash App. If someone could type that out, I'd appreciate it. All right, thank you. Oh, Jessica, I'm sorry. I got to go with Jessica, Commander 35. I'm sorry. Jessica's a beautiful person. Don't get mad. She's dealing with a lot just like me. Find it in your heart. Jessica knows about loss. I love you, Jessica. God bless you. And Commander 35, you've been a real gentleman so far. I hope you continue it. I hope you continue it. I wish there was a way I really knew if it was you. Like you should make a video on this. Yeah, I love it. You should make a video, Commander 35, proving this is really you in these live streams. I actually might even make a video on it if you want to know the truth, because I'm very curious to see if this is really you, or if this is someone pretending to be you. I'm tired, as you can see. I don't really sleep that much. Um, so getting back, everybody's got problems in this world. I know I'm not the only one. We just read about, unfortunately, what that great man, Harley Chopper, 1977 went through when he had an accident. The poor guy, the poor guy. His brother passed away. He lost the function of his legs, or he lost both his legs. It's terrible that he had to go through something so horrible like that. My prayers are with him. Yeah, I'd just like you to make a video saying how you've been cool on these live streams. It'd be a very video to watch, because typically the videos you make are, let's say, not very flattering of me. Got a lot of work to do, but I'm tired. I hate being tired. Don't you hate being tired when you got like a lot of work to do? You're like, you got so much work to do. You're like, I feel like just falling asleep. I'm so tired. All right, let me wake up. Let me wake up. Let's do a little music. You're right. Both of us did. Both of us did. I'm at 35. Everybody's got problems. Let's dedicate this one to Holly Chopper. God bless you in 1977, man. God bless you, brother, for everything you've been through in your life. And to Jessica, too. When your love ends before your eyes, everybody's got problems. Losing your job, kissing it goodbye. Everybody's got problems you can't hide. Well, Jessica, he was actually talking about the past, to be fair. He wasn't talking about present day. He was talking about the past when we were all involved in this stock called AMC. Back then, which back then I thought my problems were losing money. And I want to just touch on that really quick. Who cares about money? Money comes and money goes. Remember that in life. Money comes and money goes. Money is something you could always make back. Money is something you could always make back. I'm a fixer in life. Okay, when I see there's a problem, I fix it. I fix the problem. You can't fix when someone passes away. That one you can't fix. You can't fix that problem. That's what the problem is. That's why I think I'm so depressed. I'm so depressed because I can't fix this effing shit. And it's friggin' driving me crazy. It's driving me crazy because I do not want to live my life like this. Okay, I don't want to live the way I'm living. You want me all to tell you the truth? I'm living an effing life I didn't choose. I'm living an effing life I didn't plan for. I'm living an effing life I didn't want. I didn't want this life. Look, I love my kids. I want to be crystal clear to all of you. I love my children. And they're the best. But this is not what I wanted. I guess, but compared to 35, look, to you, money is the most important thing. And I respect that. All right? I respect that. I've had money in my life. And it's a nice thing to have. I'm not going to lie to you. I've had money. And I know how it feels to have money. I choose family first. Look, this is just me. Okay, you could have your opinion and I could have my opinion. I choose my mom and my wife back if I had an opportunity. If you could give me a choice right now between having $1 billion or having my wife and my mom, I would take my wife and my mom. That's just me. I love animals. Asher Dash, yes. What's in Evan life? I don't know what you're talking about, Joe Boy. But this is a serious live stream. Anyway, guys, If you go down to the pinned comment, Jessica, me, myself, and I, you will notice my Cash App. Strongly consider doing it. I'm looking for people once a month, if you really want to know the truth, to kind of be a part of like the Apefather fan club that would do like a $10 Cash App or more once a month. You keep me on YouTube, you keep me entertaining you. This is the Cash App once again, $ Richard Lavoie. It is the $ RICHARDLEV as in Victor OI. There's no space, no underscore in between my first and my last name. And anybody who does a small Cash App, I'm going to record a video for you on my short videos. It's called the Thank You Song, giving you a big shout out and just playing some music for you in honor of your good deed. You're funny, Commander 35. You don't get along with your parents. I get it. Look, me and my wife had a beautiful marriage. Okay, so that's the thing you don't understand, I know you don't get along with your parents, and I respect that. But I loved my wife and my mom. And my wife and my mom loved me. So we had a beautiful, beautiful life. We had a beautiful marriage. And this is also effing tragic. I just can't, look, I can't believe this is my life. How the F-U-C-K did this happen? How the F-U-C-K did this happen? How did I come from being the most happiest man in the world? How does this happen? No, look, Commander, look, I didn't really get along with my father. But that's a whole different conversation, It's a whole different conversation. But he was still my father. Look, he was still my father. At the end of the day, I guess, it would have been nice having him here because he's my father. But unfortunately, we didn't really get along. I wish it was different. I wish we did get along. There was a lot of fighting in my household between my parents. And I had a tough childhood. Had a really tough childhood. Yeah, I'll play a couple of songs for you. It's really quick about my childhood that I wrote just to kind of show you how angry I was, with all the fighting that was going on then. I'll just do it real quick. This is called Middle of the Night, song I wrote when I was a young kid. I just wanted to get out of my house. I couldn't take all the fighting. There was too much fighting going on. Middle of the night. Late at night, full of doubt, thinking about how much I want out of this place. Never changes. It's my home. Feels like I am a stranger. Packed my bags and drove away in the middle of the night. Destination is unknown, but I'm better off alone. Tomorrow they'll try to make you come back home. Now I finally seen the light. Don't wanna run away in the middle of the night. So let's get rid of this guy Jordan here. So you could just hear the anger and the frustration. Andy, I know, man, but we're not talking about Tom Brady right now, brother. Once again, we're talking about, who would be there for you, who will be there for you in your time of need. Who's going to be there for you? I wrote a song. Kind of a little tired right now to sing this one. It's too powerful, but I wrote a song, Who Will Be There For You. Realize that the strong only survive through these days. Felt the pain of this world breaking me down in many ways. Used to trust so easily. My good heart broke constantly. Not too many people who going to be there for you. Going to be there for you. You will find people change all the time. Hits you from out of the blue. When you're in need, who will be there for you? That's the song I wrote, Who Will Be There For You? Oh, man. It's a good question. Because so far, it don't seem like much. Don't seem like many people will be there for you. So that's what I was trying to say before. So what happens when you lose your immediate family? What happens in that case? So I lost my wife and my mom. My father passed away in 2020. So I don't have a father. I don't have a mom. I don't have a wife. I don't have siblings. I don't have a brother. I don't have a sister. You know, when I was a young kid growing up, right? I thought people used to always say to me, oh, it must be so sad to be an only child. I used to get that a lot. People said, it must be so sad. And you know what I would tell people? Not really. Because I got a lot of attention from my mom and stuff, and I was like her priority, and, you know, I didn't really see anything that bad with it, you know, until now. When you lose your mom, and you lose your dad, and you lose your wife, oh my God, do you wish you had a brother and a sister? I don't know why you keep connecting God with this stock market. You know, I just don't understand. I don't get it, man. There's no connection. It's like you're trying to make this like holy message about the stock market. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Hound dog. How you doing? I'm very angry with God. You know, it's another thing. I just don't understand why. Look, stuff like this doesn't happen to people. I'm sorry. This is rare. All right. How does this happen? How does this happen where I lose both my wife and my mom in a period of 2 weeks? They pass away in 2 weeks. I was all about God. I was all about praying to God every night of my life. I wrote a song. You guys probably all remember this one. Remember? God is on your side. Don't you know that God is now, Jessica. Don't you know that God is on our side? And it's going to be a wild ride. All right, Hound Dog, you're being serious or you're joking around, man. This is a guy who's going to be like a hater in about a second. I can tell he's a hater. Oh man, this is terrible. How these haters keep playing these games. You playing games with people's lives, man. Just stop doing it, man. Just look. Whatever entertainment you're getting out of this, let it go. Just leave it alone, man. It's not worth it. I lost my wife. I lost my mom. No, I know it's like okay. Unfortunately, what haters do is they play this game. Can I tell you the game that they play? Okay, they come and they act like, oh, it's great to see you, Apefather. You know, blah blah blah, all this stuff. And then 2 minutes later, they're like, "Oh, I'm so glad that your wife passed away." It's like, guys, stop making a joke out of someone's losses. Okay, all right. I'm really depressed. I know you guys don't give a shit. I get it. I understand that you don't care. And I understand all of this is a big game to all of you, and it's a big joke, and okay, but I am severely, severely depressed. Okay? And I mean, it would be nice if you guys had a little bit of human kindness. I know you don't. I know you don't at all. Nah, most people, they play this game. I notice this. I've been noticing this game that they play. So they come on and they act nice. They act nice for like 5 minutes. They're like, yo, Apefather, great to see you. All this shit, right? And then like 5 minutes later, it's not a joke. It's not a game. And then 5 minutes later, they'll say some horrible, derogatory comment. And I guess that it makes them happy. It makes them laugh. I guess they get some form of entertainment out of it. That's their life. What are you gonna do? But I'm telling people, this is not a joke. I'm really depressed. I'm really hurt. I'm not myself anymore. I guess people don't care. See, which goes back to, again, the point of this live stream. Who will be there for you, in your time of need? I mean, certainly not haters. Haters just want to get off. They want to get some kind of joy out of like playing with your misery. I know you care, Jessica. It's too much, Jessica, man. See now, like Andy is trying to trade change the conversation. I can't stand the way people do that, man. They try to redirect the. Thank you, Hound Dog. If you stay that way, I appreciate it. I hope you stay that way. But I hate it when people try to redirect. It's like people try to redirect the conversation. They're talking about things that we're not talking about. It's not that it's a free format. Look, it's just that, like, can you keep it relevant? Like, I'll give you an example, Andy. Let me give you an example. If I went to an animal benefit concert, no, but just hear me out for a second. If I came to an animal benefit concert, and let's say it was about rescuing animals, okay? So let's say I don't want to talk about that. Let's say I don't want to talk about rescuing animals, but in some way I wanted to talk about a relevant subject. Like I'm just saying a relevant subject. That's different. Like, oh, listen, this particular dog food is very healthy, let's just say, for animals, or this particular veterinarian is highly recommended. So it's like some kind of a topic that still has something to do with this. But when you completely imagine if I go to an animal benefit concert, and I start talking about like friggin' the ozone layer or something, yeah. It's like you're just completely talking about like a way out there subject. The fact that you don't even know what we're talking about is probably more the reason why you shouldn't even be here, brother. Like, you should probably read the subject of the live stream. I'm not gonna even repeat it, man. It's like Uh, so what do you do, Andy? Do you just pop up people's like live streams, have no idea what they're talking about, and just talk about whatever you want to talk? Like Andy will go on a live stream where it'll be like, save the whales, you know. Andy will Andy will just jump. He'll just jump on that live stream, right? I don't see how dog. This is what I'm saying. You're slowly getting into personal stuff now. See, Hound Dog is trying to find a way. He's trying to find a way to get into personal things. This is what haters always do. See what haters do. They start off. Let me tell you the whole hater thing. Here's the haters' recipe for disaster. You want to hear? This is the haters' recipe of disaster. They come on, hey father, how you doing? Right, and then 2 minutes later, hey father, my condolences. I'm so sorry. Then the third thing is they start asking questions. Hey father, how's your daughter handling it? How's your son handling it? Andy, when you lose your wife and your mom, listen to me, and I hope this never happens to you. Okay, listen to me. When you lose in a matter of 2 weeks, I want you to think about this. Your wife, who's the mother of your children, your soulmate, every single thing that matters to you in this world has now passed away, except for my kids, of course. You tend to not want to talk about stocks and stuff. You kind of lose interest in the market, Andy. It's just right now my head's not on the market. My head is not. My head is not on finance. My head is not on finance, brother. Oh man, it's just terrible life right now. Terrible, terrible life. I can't. It's too hard, Jessica. I don't know how you did it. Have a good day, Jessica. God bless you. I don't know how you did all of this in your life. I don't know how you made it through all of this. This is tough, man. Oh, you got 5 subs before you have to go live again. Okay. Goodbye, Jessica. Have a wonderful day. I'm so happy that you're getting more subs. I'm glad that your channel is growing. You deserve it. You deserve nothing but good things in your life. I'm going to be signing off for now, but I will be back in a little bit. Okay. Anybody out there who would like to do something good for the Apefather and the fam, this is the Cash App. Is $ Richard Lavoie. Salute, Hound Dog. If anybody would like to do a nice, kind gesture from their heart, that is my Cash App. It is the $ Richard Lavoie. Capital RICHARD, capital LEV as in Victor, OI. There's no space, no underscore in between my first and my last name. If you do a small Cash App, I will be willing to record a video called the Thank You Song video for you. Not interested in talking about the inflation on India. Andy, But anyway, have a good one. I'll be back in a little bit.